Hey, it's Jose here with Swarm Apparel, and today we're going to look at the xTool Apparel Printer. We're going to take a tour of the machine and we're going to do a full print. This is the xTool Apparel Printer in our shop. You can see it's next to the M1 Ultra, also from xTool. We have both of them connected to a vent outside instead of buying the side filter system that xTool has. It seems to work pretty good. This is the main screen where you can see what is in process and what tasks are completed. You can see the last prints from the last couple weeks that we've done there. In the maintenance side, we have a cleaning and then print test image, which I recommend doing those, especially if it's been a couple days before you've printed anything, to run both of those, and a device self-check that just makes sure that everything is set up properly, your film is installed correctly. Right here you have your controls to feed and eject the film, to move your printer head to the side and back. And this is without the oven turned on. So any files you have saved to it, which we don't have any, we're just printing from the computer through Wi-Fi. Here is the information. You can set this stuff on the computer as well. Now you have some ink priming, some ink stack calibration, and some more options. Your ink maintenance, auto cleaning during printing. This is all to help the ink flow through and not be caught with the clog. Turning the printer on, I just push the button, it initiates a self-clean. We're going to let that run. Alright, our first clean is done. Now I'm going to go into maintenance, and I just want to look at the last cleaning time was done on 1/7. This was a couple days ago, so I'm going to do another startup cleaning here. And this one is going to take 70 seconds, so let's let that run. At the end, it'll give us a print test image, and we'll take a look at that. It's doing the print test image, cutting the paper, and the clean cycle is complete. Now I'm going to grab the film and just pull that out real quick, and we're going to take a look. There is a little bit of blotchiness in the red, and everything else looks pretty good. So at this point, what I could do, if there was really blotchy on all the colors, I would do an ink priming and do another cleaning test to see how it all comes out again. You can decide how far you want to go into the cleaning and how crisp you want those colors. A little bit of displacement is not going to be terrible for the final print. This printer has not been used in the last couple days, so doing those two cleanings was very important. And I'll let you decide the options that I showed earlier, the priming ink, the circulation. Those are things I could do to really get everything clean. I don't think it's necessary to do that today. Everything else looked really good. There was just a little bit of spotch in the red. But once we get the printer going and running and do our first couple prints, everything is going to be clean. So let's get into the next steps. There is the printer head. We are just going to lift this case and remove it. Okay, that is inside the print head. In here you can kind of see the motherboard behind everything, then the colored ink printer head, and the white ink printer head. You see the tubes coming from where the ink is held. And These are the ink pads and the printer head cleaning system. Back there is the waste ink tank holder. This is the back of the printer. That is where the film is connected and feeds into the back of the printer. Right here are these cords. This cord is just a C to USB to plug into your computer. This is like an Ethernet cord that actually plugs into the oven. Back here is a door to access where the oven, the heating element of the oven, not really a need to open this up. On the side of the printer is where the powder is kept. Through that magnetic door. Right here you have a pour and pull. To get it open, you will need to twist it to the pull, and then you could pull it out. You can see that right now it's empty because we've put it in there and put it into the machine. That easy. Printer also opens from the other side, and you have access here to where the printer head goes over just to clean out any powder or do any maintenance from this side. Okay, this is the oven here where the powder is stored, and the shaker where it puts the powder on your design, and this piece here is just magnetically stripped to the machine. You could take that off to clean any excess powder on top of this. And let's see if we could find the sensor. That's right there is the sensor that you want to make sure is clean. As you can see, the film goes straight from the printer into the oven on those tracks right there. And we have these things that move up and down to move the film and to shake the powder on the back of the design. Okay, so now we're going to do a print from start to finish, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. The xTool Studio software. You could download this for free from the xTool website. This connects to all of your xTool devices and allows you to store things on the cloud. Today we're going to print some Swarm apparel gear. So let's open up the Swarm apparel that I have saved and wait for it to load up. So you can see this is kind of similar to any editing software. Here is some options. This is where I would go to import a new project. And just some simple editing tools if you wanted to kind of do a little bit more editing. I suggest you do all of your image editing in Canva, Photoshop, or something of that nature. While you're in here, you have some options here, some basic options to crop, background removers. Some of these related to what Canva has in their free version. I have everything set the way I like it. Over here is some settings of how you want it to print. If you hover over the text there, it'll come up with a description for you to really decide how you want your settings. I like to change my reduction size here of the white ink to 0.7. Today we are going to do one copy, and every time you're printing really anything, you're going to want to mirror that image to make sure it prints out the way you would read it on a shirt. Here is a mock-up section, so you can kind of see how your design would look on the blank shirts, hoodies, some with some models in it here, and some bags. You can change front to back. You could change the sizing of the apparel you'll be printing on. and the color. Then once you have it set how you would want it to look as a finished product, you can download it here to show the client what it would look like. Your print options. Right now, with it being low humidity, we have a color band printing on the right. You can have that on the left, none, or both sides. This is to just get all of the ink out while it's printing and help with the flow of the ink. You can see that ink bar right here. It has white, orange, red, light blue, and black. That just helps to make sure everything is pushing through and there's no clogs to your machine. Up here, this basic information for this print here is estimated 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And we can calculate the estimated cost to see what each print costs you. These details here are from what we selected before in our printing options. And you can see here the color estimated, the white, how much film we're going to use, and the cost for this print is 37 cents. So not too bad at all. Once you get your oven set to the temperature you need it to print, then you could just go ahead and hit print and it'll run through. You can see from our display screen we have the oven in the picture, and we could click our current temp. Our working temp is 197. That's what I have found is the best results for me. You may need to change that depending on your altitude and humidity. And I'm going to start the startup for the preheat. As you can see, it's at 68 degrees and it has wavy lines on top of the orange square. That means it is unstable. We're going to wait till it heats up and is stable. We'll come back to that. We are back here with our design. And I still want to print these extras to be able to put on the sleeves of shirts along with this one design here to go on the front of the shirt. We have our settings saved from last time, and we are going to hit print and wait for the printer to warm up. Okay, now we can see the heat waves coming off of the orange box. That's telling us that the oven is ready. Let's get back to the computer and print our design. Okay, now that we have the oven ready and preheated, we could go ahead and hit print. We have all of our settings here, and we're good to go. Task created up top. And you can see here it gives you a file transfer progress, quantity, and estimated time as it prints. You'll also notice it starts to highlight green as the print head is moving through the design. Then it'll come later with a darker green as it puts the white on the background. Okay, that's the final design printout. I'm going to show you the back and why I pick 0.7 for the white, because I don't want the white to creep out over the edges. Now there's right in the design, so it will not bleed out. And you can see that the white and the powder there is baked on, and that's what helps it adhere to the shirt. Now that I have it all printed out, Make sure that you cut off the color strip so that doesn't transfer onto the shirt. And then we're going to cut out our design. I'm going to save these little pieces for later. They'll go on a shoulder. Got my shirt ready. I want to go 4 fingers down from the collar. And now we're ready to press. We also have the xTool heat press that comes with this little box that controls the heat. It has the power button, and you can control it to have Fahrenheit or Celsius, and the cord to plug it in to keep it powered. You can unplug it and it'll still work. It is Bluetooth and actually matches up with the heat press. So let's get it warmed up and we'll get back to pressing. Okay, I like to have my settings at 350 for 30 seconds. First thing I'm going to do is pull out the heat press. And we're just going to get the shirt ready here. First, I want to have a nice flat surface to work on. Make sure there's no wrinkles in the shirt, and it also takes out the moisturizer of the shirt. Make sure there's no dirt on there. Now we could really get this where it's going to live forever. And we'll put our Teflon sheet over the design. Put our heat press on the design and press that button to start the 30-second countdown. I am putting pressure on this to make sure that it all sticks to the t-shirt. Now, if you have a clamshell heating press, I recommend those. That gives you enough pressure to make sure that it sticks for a long time. Now that the 30 seconds are done, I'm just going to give it another pass because I am not using the clamshell. And we'll take the Teflon off, and we're just going to let this cool down for a second. When you get the xTool heat press, it also comes with this smaller one. This is cold. I'm just going to do a nice run on this. See if it helps it cool down just a little bit. You want to do this as a cool pill. So you want to let it cool off before you start to pill. And now that we got it, I'm pulling it pretty slow, making sure it all sticks and it looks good. Now that I got the film off, I'm going to do another press, 350 for 30 seconds, start the timer. Now this is the process that has to do with the longevity of the shirt. If you really get the film and the ink into the fibers of the shirt, that's when it's going to perform the best, wash after wash, wear after wear, and to make sure that it really sticks into the shirt. "30 seconds are done, and we got a pretty good press on our shirt here. That's it, start to finish. Okay, so I've had the xTool Apparel Printer for a couple months now, and I've really been enjoying it. I've had a couple of big orders come through where we've done at least 100 shirts for an order for a client, and it all came out very good. I would say it does take a little bit of time for each print from start to finish to get through the machine. It took about 2.5 minutes to actually print, and another about 10 minutes to get through the oven to bake everything on. So that is just one print. Imagine 100 of those going through. The good thing is you can set it up for multiple prints at a time, and it'll just run in the background and continue to push those things out. So as they come out, you can start pressing and get things going. I really like the size of this DTF printer compared to other models. This is, as you can see, fits in the corner of our shop here and is really easy to use. The other thing that I really like about this printer is the ink circulation. You could actually sometimes hear the white ink being circulated throughout the day and the self-cleaning. That helps prevent ink clogs and the maintenance that you have to do on this printer on a daily basis. Some of the other DTF printers, you have to completely take out the tubes and clean it up before you turn it off in end use, and you have to do that for each as part of your daily maintenance. For this one, you just hit a couple buttons as you saw with the cleaning and the print test, and it's all pretty easy to deal with. I did not even have to put gloves on or get any ink on my hands to do any of the cleaning or maintenance for this, so that was really a nice feature that xTool has come up with, and actually a lot of the newer DTF printers are starting to have somewhat of auto circulation to keep the ink from clogging. I've also had to change the print head on this, which you'll see a video of that later on, which is pretty easy to do. And the xTool website has a lot of support for this printer, and also that's why I'm trying to make this YouTube channel to provide support to anybody that decides to buy this printer and needs some troubleshooting advice. There's not a lot of content out there for troubleshooting, as this is a very new printer, and a lot of it is just reviews or the pre-sale reviews from influencers. So I wanted to give you an actual on-the-field test and a review after a couple months of use.